Hello and welcome. My name is Grant Moulton with Prosperitas Financial. And today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite topics here, rising income. I'm going to go to a portfolio that was from the 1980s. So, January 1980, you had $1 million, initial investment. 3 years later, your average return on this portfolio was 20.53%. If we look, year one on this million, you had dividend income of $50,025. The very next year, we had an increase to $62,483. 82, we had an increase in your income from $62,000 to $79,247. During this 3-year period, your initial $1 million ended up being 1.4, just shy of 1.5 million. Now, some of you might be asking me, I don't see a problem here, Grant, what's the catch? There is one. But during this period, you had rising income in all 3 years. That's a 60% raise in income. I don't know how many of you have ever gotten a raise at 60% before, but I don't know anyone that's got a 60% raise in their income year over year. During this time period, though, what some of you may not know or may not remember is that inflation in 1980 13.6%. Inflation in 1981, 10.8%. And inflation in 1982 is 6.1%. Okay? This 3-year period had a very, very high inflationary environment. There was also not one, but there were 2 recessions in this 3-year period. In fact, out of the 36 months, 22 of them were spent in a recession. Now, during this time period, these 22 months, there was one specific day in July in 1982, where the market really took a hit. The media, they were saying, hey, this is it. Pull your money out. The market's never going to get back up over 800 points. Now, we obviously know that that's not true. But had you taken their advice and pulled money out and gone into safety, something like a CD, during that time period, you could get a bank CD paying 15%. Sounds pretty good. Your $1 million at 15% would have generated you $150,000 a year later. Sounds great. But what you don't know is that from July 1982 to the end of December 1982, you actually would have missed out on $250,000 worth of growth. Since World War II, there have been 16 recessions. The longest one was 2008 and 2009, lasted about 18 months. But on average, your recession is about 11 months over that time period. So when we look at this, again, $1 million grew to $1.5 million. You had a 60% income raise year over year, and this portfolio averaged 20.5%. Again, in a high inflationary environment with not one but 2 recessions. So again, rising income beats rising prices, and make sure you have a good, solid financial plan in place. I'd love to talk to you guys more about it. You can reach me at 949-226-6222, extension 146. Thank you guys again. Grant Moulton, Prosperitas Financial.